Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Quickie Tarot. It's time for your August reading. I've shuffled the cards really good. If you feel compelled, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, let's just get started. Ask the universe what is in store for our Sagittarius people. What can they expect in the month of August? What can they expect in the month of August? Let's see what we have here so far. Well, I got enough to get started. So the center of this reading surrounds the whole thing is this Nine of Cups. This can be wishes coming true. But I think it's more like being in pause position, that you've been not moving forward in love. Kind of got all your cups sitting on the shelf behind you, guarding them. And it's happily guarding them. If you can look at the, face on this figure, it's like you know that you have all those cups of love, but you're just not willing to hand any out right now. That surrounds the whole reading. Let's read on. Let's find out more. Up here in your highest energy, we have the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles is the feeling of being left out in the cold. Alone. I think you have taken alone time. I think you've been kind of isolating yourself. We got the Eight of Swords right next door, and it feels like you put yourself into this pit. Now, the Eight of Swords is like the feeling of being trapped, okay? But it is not actually being trapped. You're free to go. I think you have intentionally put yourself into this being alone type energy, and that's where you've decided to stay. You just decided to stay there. You may not know why you've done this or why you felt and like doing this. It's because the universe has something to do with this. They're teaching you a spiritual lesson. And I think you're learning it for sure, that this Judgment card is coming up in your highest energy. They will blow that horn down, that universe on you over and over in one lifetime, previous lifetimes, until you learn a certain spiritual lesson. You've put yourself into this, well, I'm just, I'm holding on to my cups of love, putting them on a shelf, and I'm just kind of keeping to myself for a while. Well, all of this is part of your judgment, part of your spiritual lesson. I need to read on and find out more about what's going on with you, Sagittarius. So, under this Five of Pentacles, we have the Strength card. This is the card for Leo, so you might have some Leo in your chart, Leo around the reading someplace. But this infinity symbol is the symbol of knowing and intuition. What the Strength card is about doing the things you know that you need to do. Your intuition guides you. You feel it in your gut. And there's things that you know that you need to do for yourself. So you pull the strength out from within and do it. That's why the Five of Pentacles is right above the Strength card. That you've decided to more or less isolate yourself. I don't think it's total isolation, but you're not dating. It's like you're not going out. You're not looking for anything. You're just kind of keeping to yourself, and you like it that way right now. You're guarding your cups of love. And that takes strength too. I mean, that's not easy sometimes, just to shelve your love for a while you get yourself together and try to figure out, I don't know what you're probably trying to figure out, what you want from life, you know, and what love looks like to you and what life looks like to you. This Knight of Swords is right next to all that love that you have on a shelf. So yeah, I think you are cutting out the handing out of that love. It's right below the Judgment card. I think you have blocked the spiritual lesson. You have actually cut it out many times, rushed in and said, I can't take it anymore. I'm handing out my love. With this card here, you might do that again, because the Knight of Swords is rushing right towards that Nine of Cups, and I think you're thinking about it. I think you're caught in a limbo here because you're trying. You're trying to reevaluate yourself and your life and where you want to go, okay? You want to do that on your own without being involved in a love relationship. You're using your strength here in order to stay on this path of figuring things out for yourself. But with this Knight of Swords here, it's like you could go either way. You may or may not learn this judgment this time again. But you know what? I think you're going to. Because normally when this Judgment card shows up in your highest energy, you're actually feeling it. If you look at this card, you're actually noticing that you're learning something and actually seeing this judgment. You may not even know what it's all about, but for some reason, I had the feeling it's about learning and remembering who you are, what you want, reevaluating everything that you've been through, the decisions that you've made, and the decisions going forward. So I feel like this energy is there, but I don't know if it's actually going to take action, because there's times that you just want to just say, forget it, I'm done with this lesson. But I don't know that you are done with this lesson. I have the Three of Swords here under the Strength card. Yeah, you're not happy about decisions that you've made. You've been caught up in situations that have broken your heart, and you really want to avoid that. You're pulling your strength out. Your gut is telling you to stay strong. Stay strong, because you don't want another heartbreak. That's what you're going to try to avoid. I think this is what got you here and here, being stuck and putting yourself as being stuck alone, shelving your love for a while. It's right next to the Queen of Swords. There's truth and there's clarity that while you're alone, spending time, not getting in a relationship, you're finding out some truths about yourself. You're getting clarity on what and why and how and when and just all these. It's almost like your life is flashing before your eyes, and you're learning from your past experiences the truth, the real truth of what really happened to get you into these heartbreaks. You were, part of the truth here is you were accepting breadcrumbs from others in love, because it's next to the Three of Swords. And you let other people control your happiness, control what you would receive from life. You're seeing that. That's part of the truth. Excuse me. This Knight of Swords is actually is cutting out this energy because you're realizing it. You're realizing the truth of what has happened in the past, and it feels you're getting it. It's right. Judgment card, Knight of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Okay. I need more cards for Sagittarius's reading, universe. What can they expect in the month of August, please? What can Sagittarius expect in the month of August, please? I really like seeing that Wheel of Fortune. What can they expect in the month of August? Ooh, there you are. Healing. Okay, let's start up here. Next to the Judgment card, more or less. We have the Seven of Swords and the Four of Cups. You're not going to accept any more offers. You are learning your lesson, okay? I can see this now, for sure. If you were to be, you're going to pay attention to these love offers that are offered to you now. There's not going to be any more them taking, you giving all the time, okay? There's not going to be any more lies, deceitful behavior. That Seven of Swords has been a big part of your heartaches, the sneakiness, possibly cheating and third parties. You're not going to accept that anymore. That love, that cup, you're not just going to reach your hand out and say, oh, okay, let's go for it. You know, you're not doing that anymore. You learned a lesson here because I see the Star card. The Star card is under the Seven of Swords. That is healing. This is the card for Aquarius, by the way, so you might have Aquarius in your chart. And did I mention that the Queen of Swords down here is air energy, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, male or female? And here we have Aquarius. This is seeing your own reflection in that pool of water. It's healing to your bare bones of who you are, to the core of who you are. It's a very spiritual card. You're going through that. And this healing here is leading to a whole new life cycle that involves a much better place for you. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Always turns for the better. This is the universe that has her hand against your back saying, okay, you're healed. You remember who you are. You've got all your self-respect back. You've got all your self-love back. Now you're ready to move forward into some better things. That's awesome. We have the Queen of Wands next to the Moon card. So this is you, Sagittarius, because this is your reading. But the Queen of Wands, male or female, is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. It's fire energy. This queen holds that staff of new beginnings. You're ready for that new beginning. It's right under that star card, the healing card. So you're getting ready. You're getting ready to go out there to start your new life with a new way of looking at things, a new way of handling things, so that you don't end up like this. And it took a lot of strength. So you are getting through it. We have the Moon card next to the Queen of Wands. The Moon card is the card for Pisces. So you might have Pisces in your chart or around this reading. But the thing about Pisces, this is revealing things that aren't exposed. And what you don't know is you're heading right, because it's right below the Wheel of Fortune. You're heading right into, because you've learned your spiritual lesson, into a different life cycle, a whole different life cycle. You can probably feel the universe pushing against your back a bit, like moving forward. That might be why this Knight of Swords is here, rushing into this Nine of Cups that surrounds the whole reading. You've been holding your love back, not handing it out. I think you're this Knight of Swords now being under the Judgment card. I'm thinking, yeah, because you have a new life cycle coming in. I think you're ready to cut this guarding of the love out. And not that you want to hand it out, but you're going to free yourself, this Eight of Swords, where you can just walk right out of that situation there, or ask for help. The feet are not bound. The mouth is not bound. It's a card of illusion. It's something that you put yourself into. You're ready to kind of cut that energy out and kind of free yourself for and open your mind to a new relationship if the right one should come along. But you're going to be so much more careful. You've learned a really hard lesson. You've been through it. I can see it. But look what's on the horizon. After all this deep healing here, August is going to be a wonderful month. You're going to be starting a whole new venture in life for yourself. And you're going to put yourself first this time. So Sagittarius, thank you so much for watching Quickie Tarot.